What if I tell you that you can get to $1 million in retirement by investing in some of the top companies in the United States like Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, and the whole works? And you know what's really amazing about this? You don't have to be investing in individual stocks. What's up everybody? Welcome to my channel where we don't do and think like the average person out there. In this video today, we're going to be talking about how you can get to $1 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $1 million in retirement, or even earlier than that if you choose to pursue it. You must be wondering, what is this guy talking about? But guess what? It's easier than you think. Now, and the beautiful thing about this is that you don't need to stress yourself about what you're going to need to invest in. All you need to do is show up every month and repeat the same action. But before I go further into this video, I want you to understand these two concepts. The first one is compound interest. This is when you invest your money and your money is making money on top of money. So let's say you invest $1,000 and at the end of the year you earn 10% on that $1,000, right? The next coming year you're not just going to be only earning 10% on the $1,000, you're going to also be earning 10% on the $100 that your $1,000 earned. And according to Albert Einstein, it is the eighth wonder of the world. But hold on a minute, let me hear what a Jamaican billionaire has to say about compound interest and investing your money early enough.
So our job is, as wealth creators, is to make sure if we want to maximize the amount of net worth we have in the future, we have to maximize the amount of money we have working for us today. The PV. Then you get the compounding process starting to work for you. So therefore, how do you maximize PV, the amount of money working for you today? Well, you can marry into it, you can win it, you can steal it, or you can borrow it. But you need to maximize PV to get the compounding process started.
So which method are you going to utilize to start having enough money working for you as early as possible? Feel free to leave it in the comment section below. What if I tell you that you can get to $1 million in retirement by investing in some of the top companies in the United States like Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, and the whole works? And you know what's really amazing about this? You don't have to be investing in individual stocks. So the second term I want you to understand is ETF. So an ETF stands for exchange traded funds, and you can buy it like a regular stock. So when you invest into an ETF, it's like you're investing in all of this at once. So assuming all of this is a stock, when you invest in an ETF, you're getting all of this for one price. So you don't have to worry about picking individual stocks. And it can be a group of stocks or bonds. So the advantage of investing in an ETF is that you don't have to worry about anything like stock price, company fundamentals. All you need to do is find an ETF with a low expense ratio, and every month you show up and dollar cost average into that stock. If you want to get an idea of what dollar cost averaging is, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. So essentially, when you're investing in an ETF, you're well diversified, and that is what Warren Buffett recommends for the regular investors. If you really don't have any time to understand and study stocks, you just invest in an ETF or an index fund. So this is what you want to do. Don't skip now, I want you to listen carefully. So what you want to do is identify an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. Now the S&P 500 is an index that tracks the largest 500 companies in the United States. So that will give you exposure to companies like Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Tesla, you name it. The biggest companies in the United States right now that you can think of, they are in the S&P 500. Since the inception of the S&P 500, it has an annualized return of 10.5% since 1957 to 2001. Now, as you know, that's the average, so you might start investing today and guess what? The market goes down. But over the long term, it recovers. Now, remember guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so make sure you consult a licensed financial advisor before you make an investment. So this is exactly what you need to do to get to $1 million in retirement, whichever country you're living. Now, by retirement, I mean by society's definition, which is 65. You have to really decide what retirement means to you. You can retire at any age. You just have to have the money or passive income or assets to support your lifestyle and make work optional. So that is an alternative definition of what retirement is. So now you're not just going to operate like average Joe. Each and every month when you get your paycheck, you're going to be investing $200 in an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. And remember, it has to have a low cost. So when you do that for the next 40 years, guess how much money you will have accumulated? You would have accumulated a little over $1.2 million. Guess how much you would have invested over that period of time? You would have invested little over $96,000. And that's the power of compound interest right there, the eighth wonder of the world. So the earlier you start investing, the better it is for you. Quicker you get to $100,000 invested compounding at 10% per annum, at least that, then guess what? The earlier it is, you can stop investing and just let your money compound over time. But guess what? You have to decide what is retirement for you. And this calculation here does not include dividends that would be reinvested, because I know you're going to be a smart investor and you're going to reinvest your dividends. According to the richest man in Babylon, do not eat the children of your grandchildren. So you're going to reinvest every little dividend payment you receive. So here's an important calculation or assignment for you. I want you to go home. If you have a pension plan, go home and check your pension plan, what it will be in retirement. Then go back to this math that I share with you. $200 at 10% per annum or 10.5% per annum. And then do the comparison. Which one is really worth it? Is either your pension or investing in the S&P 500. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Things that I share with you are for educational and entertainment purposes only. So while I mentioned the S&P 500 index or ETF, there are many ETFs out there that track different things. Like you have ETF that track health sector, the technology sector, so you can do the necessary research and select a ETF that you're interested in. You also have high dividend ETF. So if you are interested in dividends, then maybe a dividend ETF is the thing for you. If you want growth, then maybe a growth ETF is the thing for you. So Hemar, I have a question for you. How do I buy all of these things you're talking about? So all you need is a brokerage account with Interactive Brokers. If you're in the United States, then you can use a brokerage like Robinhood or Webull. If you're watching from somewhere like Canada, you can use Wealthsimple. But anywhere outside of those, Interactive Brokers is one of the best brokerage accounts for you. You can also look into TD Ameritrade, but as it stands now, TD Ameritrade is no longer accepting Jamaica residents. So make sure you confirm with them before you try opening an account. So each and every month, rain or shine, you're going to be investing $200, whether the market is up or whether it's going down. You're not worried about the price at all. It's just that you believe that the US economy is going to do well and it is going to continue to do good. So that's why you are investing your money. And the beauty of investing in the S&P 500, you don't have to worry about picking any form of stocks. You just buy all of them, hook them up like this, and own it as your own. So now if you want to see a step-by-step guide how you can do all of that, just watch my video on how to buy stocks in the United States from the Caribbean. And I'll definitely leave a link to that in the description below. As well, at the end of this video, I'll leave it in a card. So there's one thing I want you to do right now. I don't want you to be selfish, because I could be selfish and not share this information with you. Now think of two good friends that you talk to each and every day. What I want you to do is just share this video with them. Maybe it will add some value. I know when it comes down to investing, a lot of people don't really gravitate towards it because it's not something that we're taught in school. So it takes a while before it starts to register in someone's brain that, hey, this is something that I really need to do. And the truth is, the moment you get your paycheck, this is the first thing that you should be doing.